Guys, it's me back with another video. Today I'm gonna tell you what is bad and what is good about Military Tycoon. Because apparently some people say it's the worst game ever, which I kinda agree on one thing. Is that this elite missions thing is absolute bullcrap, right? Alright, let me show you why. Alright. Whenever I spawn in, alright, I got lucky this time, but pretty much whenever I choose to spawn in and use that way, I would usually go sleeping down the fishes down below the map before it even loaded. For now, I'm very lucky because of the fact, at least my graphics did not perish with it. But pretty much, yeah. Oh yeah, another thing about that's bad enough if it happened is this. You might be asking, what new mission? What's bad about it? Well, there's a slight thing where one of the parts where the C4 just pretty much, yeah. When you go to the door that has the C4, even this and pretty much it's heavily guarded. No matter which angle you're staring at, every crevice of that thing, no matter if it's hard or easy, is guarded by how many soldiers you put in there. But pretty much, and just to add insult to injury, yeah, some of the doors with the C4s often don't even work at all. I would much rather prefer choosing this over this one. I don't know if it's me, but no, that's just like, yeah, let me just tell him really quick. You gotta be kidding me. So pretty much one of the doors in this secondary mission is where the C4 is bugged. Yeah, one of them. And just to add insult to injury, yeah, pretty much I already tried that 2 hours ago and it's still kind of not working. But, just a note, I'm not taking my chances. I ain't wasting my time on that one. We're just talking about the bad things here. I want to get this over with. The bad things, alright? That's it. Pretty much, I'm dealing with the elite missions here, and I'll get it over to the vehicles and soldiers later on, alright? But pretty much, elite missions would start off with the soldiers and the missions themselves. As I said, this one, called the Typhoon's Terror, is where you infiltrate a submarine and to stop them from firing some ballistic missiles on friendly territory. One of the doors with the C4, I believe, is bugged. And just to add insult to injury, the entire place is as obvious as it is heavily guarded. Even though one of the doors is bugged, I don't know if it's just me or unless it's kind of a rare occurrence, but I always keep experiencing that. As I said, I tried to do this mission 2 hours ago and it just the door wasn't budging. And even though I had my shield faced towards the enemies, one of them ended up getting through randomly, differentiates from their scripted walking pattern and just shoots me on the spot. So yeah, I wouldn't play this. I mean, seriously, what's the point? Besides from giving you a good old view inside the submarine, it gives you the almost exact same rewards and a lot more harder gameplay. Especially for those who, just a note, this is not War Tycoon, so pretty much, right? Some people say that, it's if some professionals at War Tycoon said, if I were to do either of these elite missions, I would have won. Yeah, I heard some of them said that on the chat when I was playing War Tycoon, but no. No. This is not War Tycoon. And the NPCs on hard mode, because I really like to do it for rewards, and I like to skip the enemies, but most people don't understand how to skip enemies. What? Never mind. Pretty much, this is not War Tycoon. Just a note for those people who believe that they could just spam their way open through those tanky enemies on hard mode. No. Just a note to add insult to injury, no matter how much stars do you have on your medics, it doesn't matter as well. It's pretty much, yeah, I wouldn't try the mission as well. Dude, alright, I tried that too. I'm just gonna tell him really quick. I ain't getting that. Alright, I'm trying. Perspective, let me see. Okay, screw it. Screw it anyway. Besides, perspective sometimes way too hard for people to sometimes understand, when most people in this game don't understand much. Right, just yes and no's. I don't know if they actually fixed the bug. No bug. Seriously? I tried to kick down the door, not once during the 2 hours, but twice. No, they keep insisting. Some people just keep insisting that I should come down here because it's exciting and a new advantage. What's the point? It's just how do I say this? Just the exact same difficulty on hard mode, except with a lot more manpower from the enemy side of the NPCs. And yeah, pretty much it's obvious. You can see my reflection. I'll try to limit that right now, dog. Let me just limit this. Alright. I'm probably gonna need my charger later because brightness for some reason likes to eat up all the batteries, but pretty much. Oh yeah, one thing that is a lot bad about this game enough. It's pretty much, there's the common fact that sometimes when you try to play the elite missions on any mode, sometimes your shield, this one little thing called the riot shield in this game, sometimes just wouldn't appear. I mean, I would, for me, it's currently appearing now, but for some random time, it randomly just like is not working. This thing randomly disappears, and some people are left without the shield. I've seen many people, even me, I have this, but pretty much, oh yeah, we might as well eliminate this. Alright, just a note, the worst part as well is when we get to this part. We're on the Elite Missions Island, where we're supposed to save Saber Fox, but there's one little key thing that is not very good about this mission. You're wondering, what is it? You know, at first, the courtyard, which is this one right here, yeah, it's like a bunch of guards, but you're able to skip through it by jumping through this rock, as long as you don't attract the attention of that sniper right there. But pretty much, in this courtyard, this is where everything turns grim. I mean, how you may ask? Well, pretty much, number one, you're gonna have to sacrifice your soldiers in this courtyard. Because, you know, I mean, let's skip the Juggernaut in this case. But no, don't fire on them. Don't fire on the freaking Juggernaut or else you're fired. But look at this. This entire roundabout is literally 4 soldiers that are hard mode. I mean, easy mode is not going to be that hard, but pretty much, yeah. So pretty much another thing that's bad enough, sacrificing your soldiers. And you're going to be sacrificing most of them, no doubt, indeed. Yeah, it's just like, yeah. I mean, now I only have one person left, even though I should have lost them all, but no. Oh yeah, another worst thing, getting trapped inside the drill, even though if you're somehow... I mean, for me, it's random. Randomly, I just get stuck in the drill every time. Oh yeah, another thing, getting killed by NPCs, even though you have a shield angled in front of them. Oh god, these son of a guns. Just a note, yeah, it's pretty much, there's a lot of bad things. Number one, Military Tycoon has become a bit grindy like every other game. And I'll show you. Look at this inflated price. Is this freaking worth the price, I wonder? Oh yeah, and that's only if you buy level 1 or something. Look at the special deal. Bruh. I understand some people like, why don't you just grind for level 1? Well, it's because it's a lot easier in this way, but you know, some prices need to be somehow lowered by, I don't know. But you know, it's kind of grindy now these days. I ain't freaking in doing that much grinding through missions. As in fact, I would probably get on the first day and just probably use up my booster, as pretty much I have to literally use up my booster on pretty much a daily usage. So yeah. So pretty much I already used my boost already, so at least they beefed up some of the rewards. And as I was saying, I don't know, some of the enemy soldiers just decided to ignore the shield, because sometimes they do ignore the shield. Yes, elite missions, some of these guys ignore the shield. They just shoot at your exposed hands. And just to add insult to injury, if you don't die from the enemies in this game, yeah, your shield might not even work once you come back in a vehicle. So pretty much, there's nothing bad for now, except for the fact that I had to sacrifice almost all of my in-game soldiers during that one courtyard where there were like 4 enemy NPC soldiers, all hardcore tanky ass motherfuckers. I was swearing right now, which I am. So yeah, pretty much this man just like the new jet ignores all the flares. OP. Wow, apparently in this game, there's like, wait, what jet is it? Let me see what this... I mean, I feel, if anybody was saving for no reason and they got this, then I would be surprised. I mean, pretty much, in fact, if I manage to, get enough coins to buy one of them, can someone tell me which one should I buy first? Or unless I'm gonna have to save up for both of them, alright? Oh my god, this person needs to provide a name. The name, the name, please. Oh no, Silkfire. Yep. Oh. It's pretty much, yeah. Apparently I got word from this guy. Apparently the new jet ignores flares. Wait, no, wrong. So pretty much, so I'm just gonna, yep. Alright, about the things that are bad about this game. Number one, speaking about elite missions, it's sometimes random RNG. Another bad thing is that your soldiers often refuse to stop firing at the enemy, regardless of even if they're... It's pretty much like this. In your elite missions, just like I was chilling there, having to sacrifice my 2 soldiers, I could have, I could have killed those 2 soldiers that were at the front door with the C4. But no, there's one thing that's bad now. Your soldiers refuse to stop firing and get to the door, which if I were to exclusively just kill 2 of those enemy soldiers near the C4 door, I would, these guys would have been fine. They would have made it through for a bit, but no. The NPC soldiers under your command just refuse to stop firing until the enemy's down or they are down. Seems like I can't tell. Let's fight. There's some bug. There's a bug. That's expected. Of course, everything still has a bug, no matter what it is. So yeah, about the things that are bad about this, number one, the obvious base itself. This game, whenever you spawn in a base, is like, look up this. Imagine this. Imagine you're trying to shoot down some easy old F-22, which is always the most common aircraft you ever see in a game. But then your missile locks onto it. It hits something on top, which it's not normal. That's the invisible shield that apparently protects you from wherever the hell's coming to rain down from your skyline. So yeah, pretty much there's an invisible shield up here. Let me show you again. Is that what the fuck? Yeah, I don't understand because I can't see the graphics and I cannot see where the anti-aircraft's coming from. So, yeah, just got the notes. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. Alright, let's see. Speaking about the stupid annoying shield, where the hell is everybody else? Come on. What? Yeah, just a note. Something good or bad in this case is about the fact that you can easily respawn your vehicle from your base. That's one good thing, but I was not going to mention it until I mention all the bad things. And one of the bad things is that your base has some kind of stupid, annoying shield that apparently. Whoa, that thing's still. Okay, I cannot see that far through the graphics because of Roblox's terrible connection every time. In fact, I think I need to get my charger, as that's the reason why my graphics are usually not this good. As Roblox usually drains my iPad's battery sometimes, and then slowly decreases the graphics for some freaking reason. But yeah, it's like this dude, 2 shots in F-35. I see you switching tanks. Yeah, let me just get my charger really quick. Continue on with the bad things. There's this stupid, annoying shield that is always above your in-game base, no matter if you wanted it or not. Pretty much, yeah. This thing prevents you from locking onto nearby aircraft, such as whatever the hell that just literally rained its what do I call those things? Alright, rained its freaking bombardment upon my truck. It's just that I refuse to give them the kill, and that's the one thing you can do in your base. You can just rapidly switch your vehicles sometimes, but be aware. You have to switch fast before what was that again? Before, in-game like death speed, which is what I call the fact the enemy kills you way too fast before you are able to spawn your vehicle. Before that sets in, and you die before you get into your new vehicle. And just to know about the stupid annoying shield, you cannot turn it off. Imagine this, some stupid annoying Apache user is camping and it's like, you send the rockets, but then it hits the shield before it hits the Apache. Then the Apache destroys you. Then you're pissed off by the fact there's an unnecessary shield above your base that could only protect against rockets. Oh yeah, just to make it more worse, apparently high explosive bullets from the vehicles that could shoot high explosive bullets from the air, such as this and this and this, and let me just use an example: the Apache, the AC-130, the this and the Mi-28, anything with a high explosive bullets in this game, air vehicles, could easily destroy. It's that stupid motherfucker again, isn't it? I ain't letting him get killed. The only thing you can do is in your base is to annoy your enemy by not letting him getting the kill. Screw you! You ain't getting the kill anymore. So yeah, that's the only thing you can do. Define resistance against your enemy. And pretty much, yeah, I can't see them through the graphics. I'm gonna be honest. I can't even see them through the graphics. Oh my god, seriously. Yeah, if somebody's like that guy who's like, I believe the guy who's coming down here and sending its bombardments, this guy called Felix, is just that, yeah. Felix right here seems to be the guy who has the aircraft, who is sending that high explosive bomb load upon my ass, believing that he could just get an easy kill. Yeah, best option, just keep respawning your vehicles. I mean, you're close to your base, and pretty much, yeah, that's all you can do. So, speaking about the annoying stupid shield that prevents you from retaliating with your rockets, which they always, it's pretty much, yeah, as I said, the example, if there's an Apache that's up above your quote-unquote invisible shield, and your rockets only hit the shield and do limited damage or do no damage to the Apache could just easily destroy you. Yeah, that's like, it's like, how many bad things have I mentioned so far about the fact about the elite missions where you have to sacrifice 3 of your soldiers to get to the actual door where the elevator is, then you can start up the drill all alone, knowing the fact you had to sacrifice your entire squad. And the other bad thing is where you often spawn sometimes and the elite missions building doesn't really load up. That's the second part. No. Yeah, there I finally got this one. Yeah, when you sometimes spawn, you often don't even spawn on even the elite missions building. When you try to spawn on it with this purple circle option right here, is BS or bullshit in simple terms. Because you want to spawn, but before the map was even loaded because of the terrible graphics thanks to whatever the hell Roblox has. I know it's not always Roblox's fault. It's just that it's simple because they don't really fix crap anymore, isn't it? So yeah, so it's easy to blame them for not fixing it. So yeah. So pretty much, you spawn into the elite missions, but your graphics are not loaded, or in fact, the buildings' details are not loaded, and this thing ends up becoming a literal, how do I describe this? A death trap for any player that tries to get inside. We had a couple of examples of where I was talking about the fact that one of the missions, which happens to be called the Typhoon's Terror, literally a couple of players used this thing, and then they ended up getting stuck under the ground because I don't know, simple to blame the graphics and the terrible connections that Roblox, or unless it's their devices. There's multiple reasons, but solely I just blame it on Roblox as because I never have a good experience because my graphics become limited because of the fact that if yeah, it's like that. So yeah, you might be asking, why am I blaming almost everything on Roblox? Number one, whenever I play into a high action server where everybody's like constantly moving around, it's pretty much a high intense Military Tycoon server, which is becoming very rare in this case, but still becomes relevant for some reason because every time I join the server to join a friend, assist in a alliance, or pretty much I'm just trying to assist them in doing something. I randomly join alliances, even though I clearly hated alliances. But yeah, just to note, it is like pretty much, when the server is high intensity, Roblox is like, nope, we can't operate in this environment because of my device, and it's like, because even though my device is clearly decent enough to handle some environment, like high intensity in-game environments where everybody's moving around a jet or vehicle, but no. Roblox connections instantly crashes, sending me out of my game to the default menu where you can take a look at your friends in the games, and it's like, gosh darn it, you freaking stupid Roblox connections. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I understand that's not totally Roblox's fault, but in this case, where even though my device is literally able to function in such a high intense environment in any server, but Roblox's connections prevent me from doing that because they claim, oh, your memory data card is full, and now you have two options: turn down your graphics and make sure it's like low as frick, or get literally instant kicked from the server that you're in. So I often find a solution to this problem. During the times where I'm not recording, I have a second old account, which this old account is literally just called. Let me see. It's like, am I typing this wrong? Yeah, I have a second account which I usually just troll on, but it's called Just an Alt. I have this in my servers if I'm about to be kicked out due to Roblox's your quote-unquote memory data full, you must get the hell out. That's what it is for me. I would usually have that alt account just right there, and I could just rejoin the exact same server and do all the fun, right? Also, you might be asking, how am I able to do like an hour videos even though I just said that the Roblox's connections are not very good? Being honest, it's random. It's very rare for me to get good connections, and in fact, every time I die in a game, either if it's due to enemy action or player action from other players, or unless if I just like they mentioned, if I try to do elite missions with that little purple circle where it teleports you to the building, but unfortunately the building's graphics haven't loaded because Roblox limits the gosh darn freaking range that I could see and just instantly sends me down to the fishes. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Of course, I'm blaming too much on Roblox at this point, but at this point, what am I doing? Because, you know, I'm just talking about everything that's bad. And besides, Roblox is one of the reasons anyway. Yes, I'm not talking about the player, but the connections itself. Besides, I mean, whenever I use this thing, which I just use a lot of times for the video's sake, this thing is a death trap for me because of the gosh darn terrible speed of the loading of graphics when I teleport to that elite missions building, which could be identified by this small little dot right here. And it's pretty much, I was like, okay, I better hope the fact that my graphics do not really become slow ass to load in. Pretty much, yep, this thing is a death trap for me, right? Roblox is loading speed, and pretty much the fact that I'm not able to see that far is one of the reasons why I absolutely hate this game, even though I played this game a lot, which I actually love it, but it's just there's some flaws. Yeah, about the other things, since, you know, I already talk about blah blah blah, this thing is a death trap for some players, because it sends them sleeping with the fishes, and about the fact that, you know, during one part of the elite missions where you have to go to the elevator door, before you're able to go to the elevator, you have to blast through a door, but it's surrounded by 4 guards and blah blah blah. You have to sacrifice your entire squad, and there's a random chance you have someone surviving. But alright, speak about something else that's bad enough. Apart from the stupid, annoying visible shield that prevents from lock-on missiles from this, or anything with a missile is like gonna hit the invisible shield before it's able to hit its target. This is important, yeah. And pretty much, just another insult to injury, the Falcon and other planes that have rockets, including this one, and including the Mi-2028. Sometimes all of the rockets, the exact same like the missile truck, would hit the shield. They would sometimes randomly hit the shield before they even literally just like hit the player that's inside the base. Another example, again, if you're hitting somebody in their base, best example, you know, it's like this. It's like pretty much, it's like you're targeting a vehicle or targeting a player that's literally point blank, open, and you know how to use your dive bombing rockets, for example. Oh wait, let me just use the actual example, by the way. I'll just do it, alright? Alright, driving around, alright. For example, I am committing an assault, an in-game military assault. You know, you get the thing, right? I'm just doing an assault on this base right here, right? And then, oh wait, no, I aimed a bit too high. Then my missiles hit this stupidly inconvenient shield. I forgot to tell you guys that one thing, but you know, just to know, if you're committing an attack against a base, you're better off using the vehicles I'm about to mention, the AC-130, also the Mi-28. It has high explosive machine guns, so it will probably do some decent damage. But in this and that, anything with a high explosive bullets would do the job. But there is one little weak spot, though. I mean, whenever the player from the base itself, depending on if it's you or them, is like, if they spawn a plane, there's a random chance that the missiles from either the planes or from the missile truck would just instantly intercept that and would ignore the shield, which, you know, if you're the defensive player, it's really gonna, you know, make this stupid, pointless, invisible shield more useless to come. I mean, for example, I cannot penetrate up there, but if there's a plane somewhere, which there's a random chance it will be, somebody's gonna spawn a plane at any minute, then it's gonna freaking, you know, it's gonna freaking, you know, my missiles are gonna be more focused on that once I aim carefully. Just to note, sometimes when I do this, when the plane spawns, it's a random, oh, we have a good example, we might as well have to shell his base. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that is a good example there, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes the missiles would ignore the gosh darn, yeah. So yeah, of course, you cannot target the player that's specifically in here, but you can sometimes target the player that's like inside of this. Oh shit! I forgot. Just like, just a note. I don't know if I'm gonna give him the kill or not. Yeah, I'm dealing with a mad American who is using a B-17. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much. Wait, what am I doing? I hate the B-17. Dude, no, not the B-17. No, 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 no. Never, never. Alright. Right, so almost made a common mistake of spawning a B-17, which unfortunately is very weak enough. You know, you can already see the stats. Oh. So yeah, about the fact about the shield thing. I mean, the shield is not always bad. You know, as I said, it literally prevents rockets like the missile truck crashing down upon your own base, unless if there's like, you know, some kind of aircraft that's like locking onto it anyway. Just like I did on that base, which is no longer existent. There's one little gap in the hull where there's like whenever someone spawns an aircraft, if you have something that's lock on immediately, HIMARS or missile truck, either way, blah blah blah, is like, yeah, you can this one gap through the airfield where the player is gonna obviously spawn their plane is gonna be, you know, your kind of best chance to, if you're having a missile truck like this, which most people could probably have one, but either fall in love with different vehicles. But you know, just falling in love in different vehicles, you have a lot of vehicles to choose from anyway. Besides, for example, just like what I did to that guy, is like he probably used a B-17 for something else, but didn't intend on the fact that I could just easily shoot him through this freaking gap in the freaking base, which should suit quite literally useful for anybody that's using anything that's lock-on related, such as this and such as that. You know, I highly doubt the fact that something like this would ever happen. You know, like this, I highly doubt anybody's gonna penetrate through an invisible shield unless if it's like these two vehicles, HIMARS and missile truck. Just a note, yeah, just like one thing concerned. If you're unable to penetrate the shield from this one, let me just show you why. For some reason, yeah, you're unable to penetrate your freaking enemy's base from here, right? Just to know, just to confirm. But there's this one little gap, which is just, oh wait, hold up. Alright, one slight little speaking mistake. Turns out aircraft that's specifically like anywhere on this map close enough, and the missile would have a probably random chance of ignoring the shield itself. But anywhere with aircraft is gonna be locked on by the missile truck, and the missiles would ignore shields unless if the enemy aircraft flares. You know, that's one thing that is bad, is that, you know, if you're on the defensive, spawning aircraft is not optional, as the shield doesn't even protect from high explosive bullets. And as I just said, any gap which is, you know, spawning aircraft, I just freaking realized that if you spawn aircraft, then the missiles would somehow have a random chance of ignoring the shield and would not explode on contact with the shield. I mean, pretty much, if you spawn aircraft as simply as I say, your chances of survival in your base are very grimly low. That's one of the bad things, besides from losing your entire NPC squad during the hardcore mission or hard mode in the elite missions, and also pretty much getting camped by vehicles that only use high explosive bullets. I mean, pretty much, yeah. They should have buffed the anti-aircraft guns by now, and instead should have removed the invisible shield and buffed the AA rockets. Which, I might have said anti-aircraft guns, apologies there, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that I often don't differentiate what is an anti-aircraft gun and whatever is an anti-aircraft rockets. But if they were to I understand some things. If they were to remove the shield, then it makes players more vulnerable. I mean, pretty much, there's one benefit with the shield, is that it could block. Sometimes it would have a slight minimal chance. It's minimal, by the way. Do not get too overconfident. Alright, let me use the example of the enemy base because we need to get a good reaction out of whatever the hell is next to us. Oh wait, I'm probably gonna crash due to Roblox's connections, judging by the fact my plane is not fully textured. Alright, example. We don't need the player to come out yet. We're not using a... Alright, there's one benefit with a shield is that it's sometimes... Oh, never mind. They seem to have nerfed it even further. As back then, it literally, in the high explosive artillery gun from this thing right here, used to impact the impact hits the shield first. And instead, yeah, they completely nerfed the shield. I was gonna mention the fact that the shield could stop the AC-130's artillery gun, but no, they seem to have nerfed it even further. Oh yeah, just a note, another bad thing is that whenever you try to land your aircraft, this happens. Yep. And besides, it happens with big aircraft and small aircraft sometimes, but you know, it still happens from a daily basis. But pretty much, yeah. Pretty much about those guys giving us some useless invisible shield that cannot protect from high explosive bullets from the AC-130 and the Spitfire, and pretty much with the Mi-28 and anything that's pretty much anything with bullets or high explosive bullets could easily just destroy any player that's like inside their base. I mean, pretty much. Oh yeah, just to mention the fact they just nerfed it and just literally gave it the AC-130 an advantage of destroying players through walls, and just to add insult, the artillery gun, as you guys see, just ignores the shield. So yeah, just another bad thing about the defense part for players after I'm done with the literal elite missions. If I missed any of the other bad things about Military Tycoon, comment down below. Oh yeah, by the way, if somebody says, there's like the only bad thing in Military Tycoon is everything. If somebody says that, are you freaking mentally ill? Seriously, almost everything has their flaws anyway, but not everything is bad enough. Oh yeah, just to know, another bad thing are these turrets. I'd be asking, but these turrets have almost enough ammunition and could be used as anti-aircraft. Yes, I know. They have the lack of gun depression and pretty much whatever the hell they just call a gun going up. It's pretty much. So yeah, these anti-aircraft turrets have this little thing about you know, it's like going, it's like this. They're restricted like in this position right here, almost up here. Yeah, like that. I wish we could have just turned it higher, like until we hit hit this part, but no, it's like, yeah, limited traverse, but it's kind of good against vehicles in any term, to be honest. But there's one little slight problem. These things could be easily destroyed by almost anything you can bring up here. I mean, literally any ground vehicle would have no significant difficulty of destroying this, except for some major exceptions, such as the Wiener wagon, which, you know, it literally does the slimmest of no damage, and the 24 golden tank, no chance it would be able to destroy it because of its no damage. Pretty much laser trucks in this case, I highly doubt the fact they're able to do anything. In fact, anything that could literally, the only things that these things are good for is just anti-vehicle, tactical use, or slow close-range anti-aircraft, which, yeah. About the fact they get easily destroyed, yes. About the fact, the second part. Number one, the anti-aircraft guns themselves. Yeah, the anti-aircraft rockets. These things could be easily just flared and then sent straight to the garbage bin. If literally, yeah. The only good benefit they have is that they often randomly have range, and they could often shoot players. For example, again, this is another example. Pretend like a circle is like, and that literal water touching that other base. That guy. Wait, no, we're gonna have an actual example. Yeah, good example. It's like, I'll explain some good or bad parts. Alright, like that guy just flared, right? Yeah. Let's see if yeah. Just to note, anti-aircraft rockets have fast reloads in this game, but do a decent amount of damage. But they but they're very, very slow, just like that. Just like you see that they're slow and they could be easily impacted by an invisible shield. And pretty much, yeah. The only good benefit, as I was about to mention before that slight interruption, is that they sometimes randomly have long range targeting. I mean, if an enemy plane flies by you and flies past by you and you're in your base, it's like, and they're literally far away because they're in a fast plane. Examples of a fast plane are literally the infamous of all fast planes are either the F-22 and the Dark Star. Both of them are extremely fast, and yeah, that's it. But sometimes even if these planes are fast enough to dodge your base and flare, the anti-aircraft rockets could randomly sometimes lock onto them from long range. But that's only the good benefit. Besides, the enemies in this game, which are not stupid players, by the way, they could just... Okay. I swear to freaking God. This is the last time I'm gonna let somebody fly above my base and do some little damage. Alright, where the hell is he? Did he just seriously just disappear? Like seriously? What the hell is this? Look, like this is just one dad trying to literally hit his son, but his son has already been fed up and now wants to kill him. And now, seriously, the dad left? Seriously? Okay, that's a sound of stupid tracers, am I? In this game, there's nothing much. Yeah, just enough. Yeah, pretty much another thing that's bad. In this point, we're talking about the attackers. Another thing that's bad, if you're encountering a base, is these 50 cal machine guns. They randomly sometimes are able to penetrate your vehicle. For example, let's get the god of all speed, the infamous whatever the hell they put the name on this one. So pretty much these 50 cals right here, I can't really be shot by them since they are my base, for example, because they can't shoot at their own owner for no reason. And in fact, they can't even shoot their own owner for any reason at all. Okay, it's like we're having some bad luck here, ladies and gentlemen. It's like pretty much, yeah, pretty much like that. We're having some bad luck here. 2 bases, no machine gun ports. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Mexico? Oh wait, I'm probably just, yeah, never mind. Alright, we are not encountering anything. Nope, not even on this base, which should have been developed some time ago. At least they have a wall anyway, so they could just keep out all the random players. So right, I swear to God, if this forest doesn't have any machine gun port bases, the bases with machine gun ports, if they don't have those, I was like, what the hell's going on? Did the server just de-rank itself? Okay, this one has anti-aircraft guns. I'm probably gonna have, or anti-aircraft system, just so I can have hope to get machine guns by whatever the hell is down there, just to show it for the examples. All right. Oh, freak about the speed of this vehicle. Nope, nothing there. Still. Yeah, conveniently placed Spitfire World War II aircraft. Is this gonna be anything? By the way, speak about the shield, which the invisible shield, by the way, is automatically given to you from the start. By the way, just to add another detail. Yep, there's barely anything else. Yeah, just to mention about the fact about some of these players are doing or just like hit and runs. They send their planes just like an angry father with a belt, and then when he's like, when the son is like, how about I kill you then? And it's like pretty much this is the example, and it's like, and the father's like, oh crap, and just begins to run. Yeah, that's the experience of every player. All right, speaking of which, okay, this is not the wanted effect, but sometimes these machine guns could easily penetrate my vehicle, no matter what vehicle it is, even if my arms are covered. I mean, I'm showing them my front, and yeah, some random cases of these machine gun ports able to penetrate vehicles, no matter if the player's covered. And it's sometimes random, but you might encounter it in this case. And just a note, let me just die because I really want to show you an example. I mean, yeah, another thing that's bad, as I mentioned, sometimes those random machine gun ports could just shoot you through your vehicles. Yeah, that's one thing, and we're kind of reaching the end of the bad things. Like there's a couple of them. Number one, the missile truck itself. You might be asking, is like, so wait, you have been using this thing because this thing is level 48 on your account. Yes, there's one thing for the enemy players that are against this thing. It's like fighting against this thing, then it's hell, because this thing locks onto aircraft and boats and does heavy damage and could penetrate ground vehicles. It doesn't matter if you're covered by some slight little armor. This thing right here could just easily rip off helicopters, planes, and boats. Yeah, just like I'm about to say this. It could easily rip off everything and destroy everything in the right way when it's used. But to be honest, this thing is only being used as somewhat semi-artillery, semi-anti-aircraft, and semi-anti-boat. So yeah, this thing could be awesome. Like pretty much, yeah. Most players in the game literally complain of the fact that this thing is too OP sometimes. I mean, this thing, the missile truck itself, could easily defeat an Apache without even killing its player. Oh wait, no. Let me just make some sort of little correction. The Apache, literally useless. I mean, this thing may be as tanky as hell, heavy damage, heavy HP, heavy speed, but the missile truck, I was gonna say it's like something wrong, but this thing could easily just kill the player instead inside the Apache helicopter, and just like, yeah, that's it. And this thing literally has a fast reload, heavy damage against players and vehicles alike, so yeah. That's bad news for some people these days, but yeah, some people complain about the fact this thing is obviously OP. I agree, because it's kind of too fun, because I made 2 videos about it, and I ended up destroying many of these air vehicles along with some ground vehicles without even fully destroying the in-game vehicles as well. Yeah, that's one of the other bad things, encountering a missile truck, which has some slight health upgrades as well. And just to add insult, as I said, this thing literally locks onto vehicles, especially planes and boats. But it cannot lock onto ground vehicles, but it's like it could still kill the player inside the ground vehicle, no matter how much protection does it have. And another thing that's bad for players is gonna be another vehicle, the aircraft carriers with the automatic turrets. The big carrier and the Kuznetsov, I don't know if I butchered the Russian name, but pretty much these two are very, very annoying for enemy players, especially when you account their automatic AA turrets, which literally shred aircraft, including their HP to nothing. And add insult to injury, the fact that every player in the AC-130 always spawns in front in the pilot seat, right? Yeah, if you're angled, like literally, you always spawn in the front, and it happens to be where an aircraft carrier, especially with these two around, are, then these two are going to shoot at the front of the pilot seat where the AC-130 pilot is and kill the pilot before he's able to take off. Yeah. This thing is OP against pretty much, it's OP for camping, as as I just mentioned, the miniguns are not player operated. They could be easily self-operated, and pretty much they could kill players that are in vehicles, no matter what it is, as long as you can spawn in front of them. That is. Wait, what? Speaking about the Roblox connections, yeah, this is another thing that's bad enough. Yeah. So pretty much, yeah, this loading screen right here would decide the fact if Roblox is gonna pop up a message that says the exact same account has been launched from a different device. Yeah, they're gonna pop out the message, and I'll be like, yeah, expected. Different message from today, but you know, still the exact same shitty internet connections. Still one of the bad things of every Roblox game, no matter what it is, but you know, they has the exact same. Yep, I'm not loading in instantly. That means they're gonna say failed connection. Check your Wi-Fi. Roblox, you just suck at connecting. You just suck at connecting with Wi-Fi these days. So yeah, that's one thing. And besides, the bad internet connection could be related to all other Roblox games that are, because Roblox doesn't really give a damn anymore. And besides, we just give them our money and just like that's it. Alright, let me just grab something from the fridge really quick. Grabbing my old American drink. There's Coca-Cola. Yeah, pretty much there's a lot of bullshit to unpack on the Military Tycoon, and I haven't even started on the other games as well. As I just said, Roblox, when it disconnects you, just gives you a little sign. There's 3 signs. Basic disconnection whenever you try to rejoin the game, and then also like lost connection to ID 17 or a random number of any sort, and then another message that says the exact same account has been launched from a different device. Yeah, those 3 bullshit messages are literal bullcrap, as obvious as it is. And just a note, Roblox seems to have a slight little issue, because every time you get disconnected, Roblox just absolutely refuses to serve you with its finest connections. Yeah. Just to also know, the fact that it turns out the fact that, as obvious as it is, I'm not getting loaded to the server until a few minutes later, where it's obviously coincidental. Alright, speaking about something else, yeah, another thing that's bad enough about this game, I'm just talking about this game, I haven't even mentioned the others, such as Papers, Please and War Tycoon itself, which it's a whole different can of worms on both of those games, but let's see if I remember to make a video about those 2. Let's see if I remember. Yeah, I understand the fact that it's like still grinding, and they beefed up the rewards with, like, every time back then when you play hard, it gives you just 500, that's it. Hard mode, back then, 500, and would give you 3,000 if you were to use your 500 reward booster on the first day of playing the mission or on the next morning. Pretty much, yeah. You could use your reward booster on the beginning of the day. You can use it as long as you can use it once and it's gone. But this is horrendous. Pretty much, I'm not aiming for these cheap prices. Even if I'm aiming at the cheap prices, such as this one and this, even if I wanted to, it's gonna take me a millennium to even finish this one. It's gonna take me a long time to finish this one, because I like to get expensive things over with, especially in-game grinding games. But even I'm not even ready to deal with the bull crap of these prices. It's better to have something level 50 anyway. But I devised some little small strategy thing, which is just only do just only play on the day when your booster finally comes back anyway. It's already used mine, so I'm just gonna wait for tomorrow and repeat. So yeah, Yeah, about the fact about the prices. They're also selling a new thing, which is this Typhoon sub, which is comedically big, and you could be easily swamped by anything, especially in a missile truck. I have to mention that truck again because it's absolutely fun destroying boats and aircraft. I mean, of course, it's bad for the other players, but it's only good for the individual who feels for it. And unless the individual gets a taste of their own medicine, which I haven't even got my taste of my own medicine of being the one who's targeted by a missile truck. Because I don't even play fair if I encounter a missile truck. Because if I were to see one on the streets or on the deserts of Military Tycoon, I'm saying this. I'm not gonna freaking equip an average aircraft. Not my Falcon. It's too obvious because this thing is not good at diving because of its high speed. And it's pretty much not my Super F-15, not my F-18. I mistakenly clicked this one before. I'm gonna use my AC-130 because nothing is good enough besides from the AC-130 to counter this. If I encounter this, no matter what level it is of the AC-130, or just like no matter how much levels do you have on this thing, it doesn't matter. If you're playing a missile truck and if I see you on the streets and you're the one who really wants to farm some aircraft for kills for XP, I'm not playing fair. I'm just playing with what I do to counter enemy vehicles. Yeah, pretty much. Oh wait, another thing that's really bad enough besides from this one, as I said, this thing literally AI kills the player. About the fact about this thing, AC-130. Remember when I mentioned the pilot could be easily killed by these AI robots by the miniguns? Because they always target the player that is like in any space. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of annoying for those people who are getting camped, but kind of enjoyable for the camper, but anyways. Another thing that's bad, again, it has to be the obvious, the AC-130 itself. This thing, as I could obviously mention, I did get a taste of my own medicine when I faced this thing. This thing is literally no understatement. An entire freaking block of titanium tungsten steel. As no matter how much bullets you shoot as a player from your individual firearms, no matter how much you use your minigun, your M249, or your Barrett, or your Spaz 12, or in fact, if you have an RPG, if you try to counter this as a player, it doesn't matter. This thing has a big chunk of health and could be only easily destroyed by the Falcon or the laser truck. Unfortunately, the laser truck in this case, its defenses, when you include the fact that the AC-130 has a minigun and an artillery cannon that reloads slightly faster than the minigun itself, could easily shred apart this laser truck. The only thing that's suitable to counter it, it's the Falcon, exclusively the Falcon. Except if you get lucky enough with any vehicle that has a high explosive bullets. No, any vehicle with a high explosive bullet could easily counter this thing if the operator of the AC-130, as I mentioned in a long time video ago, unless if the pilot or operator is stupid. Maybe, just a maybe. Not 100%, but still. AC-130, big chunk of hell, only could be destroyed by either the laser truck, or unless if every server or every player in the server unites to just destroy this big plane made out of tungsten, which unless if everybody's uniting to destroy this thing, then I would highly doubt the fact that one player could defeat this thing. No matter how much you throw at it, the only way you're going to get through to its defenses is using high explosive bullets from any of these planes or helicopters. But still, AC-130, no matter if you have every tool to counter this thing, is still a big menace on the battlefield, like the Falcon, which is good for its ground attacking, like lasers, and pretty much could be only the fact it's just one critical difference between the Falcon and the AC-130. Just to note, we're still talking about the bad things, and it's almost about an hour. And I'm just talking about the bad stuff. I didn't talk about the good stuff though. Apart from some things where I like slipped up and just talked about the good stuff without even remembering the fact that I had to talk about the bad stuff first. But the only critical difference between the Falcon and the AC-130 is that the AC-130 is bigger, and the rockets from the missile truck tend to hit the middle of the AC-130 rather than hitting the player's spot where they're sitting at in game. And the Falcon is very small and pretty much like every other plane, F-16, F-18. It's pretty much almost everything, including the pay-to-win vehicles like the helicopter and the A-10 and the attack submarine. All of this is pretty much easy prey for the missile truck, unless if they have the sweatiest hands of maneuvering to dodge those missiles. Pretty much, yeah. The only air vehicles that are almost literally immune are this and pretty much this, but this thing has a slightly less HP and pretty much it's still vulnerable, but it's slightly more survivable than almost every aircraft in this game. And in fact, there's like almost every boat and aircraft in this game against the missile truck. Pretty much every small thing, every small aircraft, such as the F-22, in fact, the A-10, just like everything is like almost everything, almost besides from these two, and almost besides from this one, and the B-29 and the basic AC-130. Wait, exclude the B-17. That thing is literally still as low health as frick. So pretty much, literally, just like AC-130 is the only thing that could destroy this thing without even flicking one little drop of sweat. So yeah, this is the ball to the rant of the bad and the good. Right. Just a note: if you're facing against this thing in a boat, like in any aircraft, you better hope that their operators who are driving this truck are least experienced. In fact, what am I doing? The missile truck literally could almost counter everything. I mean, it's like almost every aircraft is conveniently small for the player to sit in front of this and sit in the cockpit. And the missile truck literally has a large explosion radius big enough to reach the player that is in almost every jet and every plane. And just to add insult to injury, you might say, is the Yamato and the USS North Carolina, are they both exempted? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. As I often see common times where the missile is going in front of the middle, which is this part right here, this part right here is where the player is sitting in the boat itself. Not a good positioning, and pretty much precise targeting as well. So yeah, pretty much missile truck, as I just freaking realized, almost destroys everything from the air to the ground, completely demolished at close or medium range. Yep, it's freaking realized. Yep, that thing is definitely OP. Oh yeah, just like I don't have time to talk about all the bad stuff, but another thing about I guess I'll have to at this point I'll just talk about the good stuff. Good stuff. You can just easily I'm gonna just try to describe it in a positive light, but you're no longer bored now because you have new things to slave away in this game for. Yay! That's not a good thing though, as you kind of need to pay attention for some things, family, real life stuff, touch grass. You have to pay the attention to that stuff, but at least there's some new content in this game. Another good thing. Right. I forgot these guys. But screw it. I don't even have time to mention everything anyway. As like these guys are quite useful. The soldiers. medics could easily give you as much health as possible as long as they're not in combat. AKA not shooting enemy players or enemy players who have soldiers. But pretty much, yeah. Just like, if anybody's saving up and got this plane, apparently from some player that was like a few minutes ago, or a long minutes ago, I don't know what term to use. Some player said that this thing apparently ignores flares. Yeah, if somebody's randomly saving up those Infinity Industries coins, then they'll probably have something enjoyable to use on the battlefield. But pretty much, yeah. Pretty much another one of the good stuff is going to be obvious. If you have this thing, as long as you know how to operate the thing correctly, enjoy. That's all I do. That's all I do anyway. In fact, I'm the one who's using this thing a lot. Besides, you can almost counter everything. I mean, vehicles such as ground vehicles, you can just easily ignore the health of every ground vehicle. I mean, even if you get put up against these two pay-to-win tanks, such as the tank, which is the first actual armored vehicle game pass, and the Makava, I can't say the name correctly. The only thing I know is that it's an Israeli tank, but that's all I know about it. In fact, is this thing based on the yeah, I think this tank, the tank game pass, is based on the Centurion from World War II. No, wait, hold up. It didn't even made it to World War II. What am I doing? Yep, this Centurion, I would much rather call it a Cold War tank, even though it had a chance to be in World War II. It was already way too late anyway, but pretty much, yeah. If you have this missile truck fully maxed out, upgraded, doesn't matter how much levels do you have for it, unless if you care about spare health. Pretty much, yeah. If you have this thing, enjoy, because you're able to destroy almost every single aircraft at close range. This gone, this slammed, this flattened. This thing doesn't have any guns, but this thing destroyed. This thing flattened. This thing, I don't know, sent to Davy Jones's locker. This thing sent to the sleeping fishes of the sea. And this thing, almost the exact same like every helicopter. Yeah, send it to Davy Jones's locker. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. You could, in the missile truck, could almost literally destroy everything from the ground, like the sea, and could ignore protection from the vehicles. Some of them, though, just a note. Yeah, for some reason, some of these vehicles have blast damage against the missile truck, but I rarely encounter these vehicles, so yeah. The vehicles that actually have blast damage are this thing, even though it does less damage and all that stuff. Some vehicles do have blast damage, keep in mind. I don't remember which vehicles are, but just to note, the missile truck would have to face enemies that have some kind of blast damage or blast resistance damage against the missile truck itself. But pretty much, yeah. About the good things, number one is yeah, the missile truck is one of the good things. If you have it fully maxed and you're able to use it carefully and cautiously. Another good thing, it's the shield. I have to mention it again. Another good thing about the shield, it's it's like this. Enemy rockets that are not guided rockets, and you might have the random luckiest chance of all of those rockets hitting your shield. Yeah, that's one thing. Even though I said the shield sucks, which most of the time it sucks, but sometimes it's highly good. But yeah, even though yes, I really like that. Another thing that's good though is that we're gonna have to mention a lot of vehicles. I won't be able to mention it all in one video anyway. And besides, even if I wanted to, it would have been taking me for 100 years already. Another good thing, If you have either, if you have a F-22, F-22 is like golden version, then congrats, you have a highly maneuverable vehicle. Just a note, do not get too close to missile trucks or time your flares. Yeah, it's pretty much another one of those hours where I have to rant about what's good and what's bad. But yeah, another good thing. It's obvious I'm gonna have to mention almost everything that I said was bad. Anti-aircraft rockets, as I mentioned I already mentioned the good part, have some random long range. These 50 cal machine gun ports randomly sometimes penetrate enemy vehicles they literally, these random NPCs, you can't see the NPCs, but you can only see the machine gun. They randomly ignore the vehicles protection and could sometimes randomly penetrate vehicles no matter how much health that they have, and just kill the player that's inside the vehicle. And that's good news for some bases that randomly have this random glitch. But yeah. Another good thing, I'm gonna have to mention this, is that the garage where I'm standing below is the bunker where your crystals and in-game vaults are kept under. If somebody robs you with a squad, then you can use your missile truck or AC-130 to shoot randomly down here. You're like, walking around about here. I mean, there's a slight difference in the terrain where I am. It's like there's a slight little mount, but it doesn't matter. You can use your missile truck or AC-130 to penetrate from above to the down below where the vault is. Pretty much the explosion radius above the AC-130 and the missile truck are big enough to kill some players from above to the below. So yeah, just a few requirements such as your AC-130 and the missile truck. For example, I need to mention it first. Missile truck has to be either maxed out or highly leveled, in this case to do some serious damage. AC-130 is kind of need to be the golden version, or at least does decent amount of damage. Both of these vehicles almost do. Wait, am I dreaming? Never mind. Apparently, I'm literally I'm fucking dreaming. Am I? Yeah, apparently AC-130, the default version, does more damage than the golden AC-130. But yeah, just like get AC-130, get missile truck. If you're getting raided by a squad and cannot counter them, aim down here, which is below the ground, in-game ground surface is the vault, and then fire repeatedly until you get every one of those players that are under your vault out of here, as no matter how much terrain is protecting them, such as the little inconvenient hill. I wish we had an example, but no, because nobody is literally rating, and that's another good thing for some people, except for me, as I literally like to fight enemy players now. But it's like pretty much, I wish we had an example, but it's like I'm walking above here. This is the garage and the outside entrance. Below is like just a bunker and the vault. You can easily penetrate this with a missile truck. AC-130, that's another good thing, another benefit. You might be able to accidentally hit your own fortifications, which doesn't really matter. You can just repair them or just completely just wait for them to repair themselves. But pretty much, yeah, that's another good thing about this game. Oh yeah, another good thing. How did I say this? What's another good thing? Is just like most players that are operating jet aircraft, including me, most players in this game that are operating jet aircraft with bombs or rockets tend to have terrible accuracy at aiming rockets that are hitting ground vehicles, even if those ground vehicles were standing still. Is that a freaking Apache or something? Is that? Am I hallucinating, or is that a literal Apache? Yeah, it's a freaking Apache. Okay, that's That's not what you see every day in Military Tycoon, as there's very small amounts of these. Oh, don't tell me he's gonna freaking camp. Okay, yep, he's gonna camp. We're gonna have to intervene again because I am no fan of pay-to-win players. Get the hell over here. And we seem to have been report the fact that this guy literally report the fact that he's the pay-to-win player. So yeah, let's see if they're friends or if there's like some random raid going on. Yeah, we're gonna have to fire this one. Ready, steady, fire. Alright, let's see if we're gonna get a random chance or... What did I... I'm just gonna pretend. What? I'm just gonna pretend for a moment. What did I just hit? What? Wait. What did I just... Oh, come on. It's like... Yeah, sometimes you can't see things. What did I just hit? Low graphics these days. Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend. Since I have low graphics as an excuse, then, so yeah. Really just... Yeah, I'm no fan of pay-to-win players, so... As far as it... So yeah. Yeah, he's gonna come back regardless, even if I have an excuse anyway. It's already a pretext. I'm just literally no fan of it. It's not like every day you see an Apache, as I say. So pretty much, yeah, this is like another good thing for the attacking team if they're ever attacking players. Besides from the fact that I mentioned the fact that you can just get blasted from a bunker with a missile truck or AC-130, but still, sheesh. Another good thing for the attacking players is that, you know, it doesn't matter if the soldiers from the defending base are 5 stars. You can just easily shred the enemy soldiers that are trying to defend the base, the players included. I thought pay-to-win players had big balls. No. Strange. Even though in this game, Britain has the strongest aircraft for damage and speed and HP. It seems like he's pretty much literally being a cat. Even though I use the excuse of low graphics, but still. Doesn't he supposed to say, it's fine? I would have expected such a response, but no. No. It's like, can you just say it's fine? But... Oh yeah, if he watches this video, yes, I do not like pay-to-win players, and I intended on shooting you down. Okay. Yeah, at this point, I'll just mention the noteworthy things for the defenders and the attackers of the base. If you're attacking in a squad, in case for the attackers, you can just destroy the enemy player because you have the numbers and manpower to do it. And sometimes they could randomly sometimes have pay-to-win weapons, but another good thing for the defenders, as I mentioned, the bunker's literally above the garage and could just easily get penetrated by the missile trucks, and pretty much get penetrated by AC-130s from above. And at this point, for the attackers, best advice: just choose a different base next time. So pretty much, yeah. So, but yeah, just mentioned 2 good things. Attackers could easily overpower enemy NPC soldiers, and the player that's leading them, no matter how much stars do they put on it, like even if it's 5 stars, it would be useless. Another good thing is that if you have a missile truck, just aim down the bunker and just like click, and keep clicking until you get a lucky kill, or keep clicking on the missile truck until it reloads and fires all. And like, unless you AC-130, you can just use the artillery cannon to easily penetrate the bunker and slowly finish off their ranks. But if the robbers decide to hop off from breaking the hatch and then just like running above, you can just use the AC-130's machine gun and destroy them. I mean, yeah, it's like pretty much I just mentioned some things that are good for defense and offense. You know, you're the ones who are attacking. There's a bad thing of you guys getting blasted from above from this. At this point, I don't even have time to talk about the good stuff. I already am getting I'm already almost out of my gosh darn insanity from talking about the bad stuff and the good stuff. don't know if I'm just ranting or something about the fact, and I'm probably talking about outdated stuff, but anyways, yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. I don't have time to talk about all the stuff anyway. Right, so there's infinite good and infinite bad. Right, I can't talk about every good thing. Right, just I'll try to continue this if I remember. Right. Not anymore. Hopefully I'll see you guys later if I remember.